Hey, this is Dav.Jr. and we are on the quest to find out why we do art. On this video, we're going to talk about performance. Now, this doesn't apply to all arts, but in a way, it still branches off. Just give me a moment. So before we get into performance, we need to talk about the Hawthorn Effect. The Hawthorn Effect describes the change in personality of someone that knows is being watched. Now, this is something that more or less everyone experiences. People were seen to change the way they act according to who's watching. Now, the thinking behind the Hawthorn Effect is that people change the way they act in concordance to who's watching as the social facilitation inhibition. That's a mouthful. To put it simply is that I would act according to how I perceive you wish me to act. On the contrary, I would act in contrary to your expectations. You see where it goes. So, going back to art, there's the possibility that people do art, performance art, to fulfill the expectation of the viewer or to completely contradict the expectation of the viewer, and the result more or less is a thrill. Furthermore, being watched increases self-awareness. So, being put under a microscope, being watched, all of a sudden you just feel like your body's doing stuff that you've never been aware of. And the feeling of insecurity of the self-awareness and what the body is doing, branching off into Becker saying that we are gods with bums. I promise he said it a bit less PG-13. We consciously modify our behavior to increase compliance with social standards. Now, does that make sense? And the last point for art is, if we're performing and being someone else during that performance, are we closer to the identity that we perceive ourselves to be, or do we enjoy being that identity much more than who we are? So that wraps up performance and art. Thank you.